The little girl, Anna, lying in bed, unable to sleep. She got up to pray but saw light outside the window and thought it was her father, a politician, coming home. So she was overjoyed and bounced downstairs. However, when she opened the door to her mother, she found her mother on the floor with pills scattered around her. The door behind Anna closed, and a scream pierced the night. Anna was sent to a convent abroad for foster care, but she always wanted to escape. Even as she grew into a tall and beautiful young lady, she never gave up on trying to escape. One day, Anna escaped from the convent and ran wildly to the streets, running barefoot and without regard for her appearance until she inadvertently met Kim Ji-ha, a fellow Korean and a deserter from the special forces. Anna begged Ji-ha for help, but he, being on the run himself, coldly shook her off. Yet, they met again, and just as Anna was about to be captured, Ji-ha kicked the man trying to capture her in the face. He told Anna to run while he dealt with the man, killing him despite being seriously injured himself. When checking the man's ID, Ji-ha was shocked to find out he had killed a police officer. In a panic, he tries to run away from the subway station, but meets Anna again. She asked for his help once more, and Ji-ha ended up taking down 2 more police officers for her. After leaving the subway station, Ji-ha saw Anna trapped in a car, pleading for help, but this time, he resisted the urge to help and went to the airport instead. 6 months later, Ji-ha, back in Korea and working as a signboard installer, got a job to tighten a loose banner for the election candidate, Jang Se-jun's office. Without an ID, he entered the building with the help of a kind cleaning lady and started working. He accidentally witnessed a passionate scene between Jang Se-jun and his mistress, but continued his work without interference. Jang Se-jun, after asking his mistress to close the curtains while his wife was being interviewed on TV, drank wine laced with drugs by his mistress and collapsed. Outside, a well-trained team was about to breach Jang Se-jun's building. Ji-ha, working outside, saw the kind lady who had helped him being attacked and, enraged, broke the glass to enter and fiercely beat up the assault team, rescuing the lady and putting her in an ambulance before leaving. After recording the program, Choi Yoo-jin learned of the incident and ordered someone to deal with Ji-ha because he had seen her husband's face. Choi Yoo-jin also reflected on her marriage with her husband, describing it as a marriage in name only, with both of them harboring different dreams and secrets. Choi Yoo-jin informed Jang Se-jun that Anna had run away again. Jang Se-jun told her that if anything happened to Anna, their agreement would be terminated. Choi Yoo-jin's subordinate, Chief Ju, who had previously worked in the special forces, reviewed the surveillance footage and spotted Ji-ha. He rushed to prevent Chief Ju from dispatching a strike team, warning that the team might be completely annihilated. Despite this, Chief Ju still sent out a full assault team to hunt down Ji-ha. Ji-ha saw the assault team coming and effortlessly took them down using his intelligence and martial skills, beginning a life on the run. Meanwhile, Anna, who had escaped from the convent again, ran onto a zebra crossing and was startled by the headlights of approaching vehicles, triggering memories of her mother's death when she was a child. Sitting in one of the cars was the famous designer, Laffit, who was stunned by her beauty and exclaimed that she was his muse. Standing on the zebra crossing, the bright headlights reminded Anna of the day her mother died, being taken to a place flooded with flashlights, and being pressured by the police into answering many questions. Frightened, she claimed she had killed her mother. The famous designer Laffit got out of the car, took photos of Anna, and murmured, "This is my angel, my muse," on the other side. While on the run, Ji-ha arrived at a station and noticed many surveillance cameras and police officers. Being alert, he stealthily took a set of military clothes to disguise himself and passed the police investigation unnoticed. Walking on the road, he encountered an elderly couple whose truck had broken down. Ji-ha kindly fixed it for them in exchange for shelter and meals for one night. Choi Yoo-jin's assistant, Secretary Kim, brought her a piece of information containing the MSN of the famous designer Laffit. It turned out that on the day Anna ran away, he took many photos of her and uploaded them online, causing a sensation. Choi Yoo-jin was very angry and decided to bring Anna back to her country to ensure her safety. She became even angrier when she heard that the assault team sent by Chief Ju had been completely wiped out. Chief Ju explained that the individual was not simple. He was a former elite squad member under his command who had left the elite forces and joined Blackstone, operating in the area of Iraq. He had been wanted by Interpol and had only returned to Korea in the past few months. Choi Yoo-jin stated that they must find him. Jang Sejun also learned about Anna's impending return to the country and quietly asked Chief Ju to take good care of Hannah. Although he acknowledged himself as an incompetent father, he was still concerned about his daughter and was unable to express his longing for her due to Choi Yujin's obstruction. Chief Ju promised to ensure Anna's safety. Chief Ju found the police chief, bribed him, and requested his assistance in locating Jae-ha. That night, Ji had dreamt of his perilous moments in Iraq, waking up startled from a dream where he was about to be hit by an enemy bullet, only to hear the old grandmother crying inside, realizing that the elderly couple had lost their son. The next morning, when Ji-ha went out to buy something, Choi Yujin's subordinates found the elderly couple and pressured them to disclose Ji-ha's whereabouts. The couple, wanting to protect Ji-ha, denied ever seeing him. Just as the couple was about to be burned alive, Ji-ha returned, quickly subdued Choi Yujin's subordinates, and harshly interrogated them about whose orders they were following and why they kept hurting people around him. They revealed it was Choi Yujin. On the other side, Anna, who had been drugged, was brought back to Korea. Sitting in a wheelchair, she became furious upon seeing Choi Yujin. In her agitation, she attempted to stand up but was restrained and ordered by Choi Yujin to be taken back to her room. Choi Yujin poured herself a glass of wine, only to be startled by Ji-ha suddenly appearing before her. Ji-ha told her that if she let go of those around him, he would disappear without a trace and not oppose her. However, if she continued her actions, he would take her life the next time they met. Choi Yujin, thinking him to be arrogantly overconfident, ordered her men to tie him up and dispose of him. Ji-ha was bound and placed in the trunk of a car, but due to the presence of police outside, the bodyguards hesitated to act. Seizing the opportunity, Ji-ha escaped, subdued the JSS bodyguards, and, armed with a gun, confronted Choi Yujin, telling her this was their second meeting. Suddenly, Anna appeared upstairs, screaming loudly for Ji-ha to shoot. Ji-ha was shocked, remembering her as the girl who had begged for his help on the streets abroad 6 months ago. Holding Choi Yujin at gunpoint, Ji-ha was stunned by Anna, but she was quickly pulled back into the room by a bodyguard. Then, a swarm of JSS bodyguards rushed into the room, and Ji-ha disdainfully took Choi Yujin as a hostage. He set up a time-delayed email to send out all of Choi Yujin's secrets within 24 hours, threatening that if he died, Choi Yujin would suffer the consequences. He demanded Choi Yujin to bring the car, taking her hostage and driving away, not anticipating that someone else was after Choi Yujin's life. A motorcycle followed them, with Choi Yujin realizing she couldn't control the car's speed due to brake failure. As the car became uncontrollable and sped up, Ji-ha managed to move to the driver's seat and eventually shook off the motorcycle, causing their car to crash. Following behind, Secretary Kim and others were frantic. They crashed the motorcycle and followed Choi Yujin's car into a road under construction. Waking up, Ji-ha found both himself and Choi Yujin trapped inside the car. He managed to crawl out, carrying Choi Yujin, but was knocked unconscious by debris from an exploding vehicle. Upon waking up, Choi Yujin was moved by his actions and instructed Secretary Kim to ensure Ji-ha was taken to the hospital to save his life. In his coma, Ji-ha dreamt of his girlfriend Rania, whom he met in Iraq. Rania was a beautiful girl from an Iraqi refugee camp who could speak Korean. In the dream, Ji-ha kissed his beloved girl amidst the swirling sands of the desert and invited her to return to Korea with him. Suddenly, Ji-ha woke up to find himself in a hospital, his limbs tied with ropes. On the other side of the hospital, Choi Yujin was watching a program. Her assemblyman Kim was flattering her, with Jang Se-jun sitting on a sofa nearby. The attending doctor came in to greet her and informed her that she only needed rest to recover and that Ji-ha was also in good condition due to his physical fitness. After the doctor left, her half-brother came to visit her and started talking about JB Group shares, trying to connect with her. Then, the secretary came in to inform Jang Se-jun that reporters were waiting outside for an interview. Choi Yujin helped him by messing up a few strands of his hair and loosening his tie. The public was moved by Jang Se-jun's apparent dedication to his wife, and Choi Yujin was shocked to hear the news of Jang Se-jun deciding to quit politics, although it was all an act by Jang Se-jun to gain public support. Another election candidate, Park Kwon-soo, visited Choi Yujin at the hospital. They had a conversation full of ulterior motives before Park Kwon-soo left. Chief Ju found Ji-ha in the hospital and presented him with a new ID, inviting him to join JSS and become a member. As a member of JSS, He would not have to live a life on the run in Korea and would have a new name, Kim Ji-ha. However, Ji-ha refused, stating he was tired and no longer wished to serve or be loyal to anyone. After entering the elevator, Ji-ha saw Park Kwon-soo and remembered that Park was responsible for the death of his beloved girl. Overwhelmed with rage, he drew his gun and killed all of Park Kwon-soo's men, leaving only Park Kwon-soo alive. Ji-ha's old wounds flared up, preventing him from killing anyone. His hand trembled just at the thought of reaching for a gun. He bitterly watched Park Kwon-soo, the man who killed his beloved girl, and decided to take his revenge on Park. Returning to his residence, he made a simple device intending to kill Park Kwon-soo. One day, as Park Kwon-soo went to the barbershop for a shave like usual, Ji-ha, sitting next to him getting a haircut, slipped a sensor into Park Kwon-soo's clothing when his staff wasn't looking. He planned to kill Park Kwon-soo as he walked through a revolving door. Suddenly, a mischievous child ran into the revolving door. Ji-ha, anxious not to harm the child, was relieved when Park Kwon-soo, carrying the sensor, exited through a side door instead, and the sensor in the revolving door was not activated. Ji-ha breathed a sigh of relief. However, he was recognized by one of Park Kwon-soo's men as the signboard installer from Jang Se-jun's office that day. The two quickly got into a fight, and as Park Kwon-soo's man called for backup, Ji-ha fled to the rooftop and from there to the main gate, where he was rescued by Chief Ju and Choi Yoo-jin. Choi Yoo-jin persuaded him to join GSS, noting they had the same goal and she could help him kill Park Kwon-soo. Ji-ha agreed and henceforth took the name Ji-ha, codename K2. Chief Ju obtained information from the lady's car, realizing the person who had tampered with it was actually Park Kwon-soo. When Choi Yoo-jin and Jang Se-jun attended a banquet, Park Kwon-soo came to offer his insincere condolences to Choi Yoo-jin, who was not fooled and even summoned the woman Park Kwon-soo had sent to seduce Jang Se-jun, who had now become her subordinate. Seeing himself losing, Park Kwon-soo proposed a ceasefire to Choi Yoo-jin, who, knowing his ulterior motives, nonchalantly agreed. The next day, Ji-ha, who went to the JSS company's medical office to have his cast removed, encountered Song Young-chun. Song Young-chun, wanting to show off his prowess in front of the woman he liked and his students, challenged Ji-ha to a fight. Ji-ha took care of him thoroughly. Upon reaching Chief Ju's office, Ji-ha was informed that he was not under anyone's supervision but directly responsible for VIP protection, which caused dissatisfaction among the elite members of the GSS company. They planned to teach Ji-ha a lesson during a bath, but Ji-ha ended up beating them soundly instead. The head of the medical office informed Ji-4 Jang Mi-ran, who was in charge of guarding Anna, that Ji-ha would be working with her to monitor Anna. Jang Mi-ran, happy with the news, dressed up beautifully to welcome Ji-ha. Chief Ju briefly introduced Anna's situation to Ji-ha. Anna had a cook and a bodyguard, Ji-4 Jang Mi-ran, responsible for her. Anna suffered from severe autism and social phobia, fearing light similar to cameras and car headlights. Hence the curtains were usually drawn in her house. She seldom went out, and her dinner was prepared by the cook and left on the table for her to eat after her bath. Ji-ha, having understood Anna's situation, proceeded to the monitoring room. His colleague K1 initially intended to act superior due to his seniority but ended up acknowledging Ji-ha as his senior upon realizing his rank was higher. He made coffee for Ji-ha and then left, marking the start of Ji-ha's night shift. He observed Anna going downstairs after bathing, not to eat but to find something. Curiosity led him to follow her movements, discovering that Anna wanted to eat instant noodles but couldn't because the valve was not opened. He was drawn to Anna's childlike smile when she found the noodles, but felt her disappointment when she couldn't eat them. As the night deepened and Anna returned to her room, Ji-ha stepped out to the balcony to smoke, only to notice a flashing light on the roof of Anna's room. He hurriedly called Jang Mi-ran, only to find she was asleep. With no other choice, Ji-ha had to take action himself and quietly climbed onto the roof. He quickly climbed to the rooftop, only to see Anna secretly eating ramen with a small cat crouched at her feet, drinking milk. Ji-ha found the scene amusing, and simply sat with her on the rooftop. After the cat finished its milk, it meowed, wanting some of Anna's ramen. Anna, being kind-hearted, shared it with the cat. Watching the cat go home to find its mother after finishing the noodles, Anna became sad and started crying loudly. Ji-ha silently accompanied her without her knowing. After venting, Anna returned to her room, pulled out the electric blanket hidden in her bed to cover up her absence, and went to sleep. Ji-ha followed her to Anna's room, saw the electric blanket thrown outside the door, and also noticed a family photo of Anna's placed in the attic. He became contemplative. The next morning, Mi-ran woke up and realized Ji-ha had called her at 3 a.m. Regretting not answering and oversleeping, she hurriedly asked the housekeeper to make a lunchbox to take to Ji-ha. She took the lunchbox to the monitoring room, only to find K1 on duty. Reluctantly, she gave the lunchbox to K1, who then asked why Mi-ran was dressed so lightly the other day, wondering if it was too hot. Mi-ran, realizing her attempt to seduce Ji-ha had failed, stormed out in a huff. On the other side, after a soccer game, Park Gwon-soo and his colleagues were dining together, laughing and talking. Park Gwon-soo asked for their continued support for his election campaign, to which everyone agreed, flattering him. After the meal, Park Gwon-soo's secretary prepared what was claimed to be vitamin boxes for everyone to take home, but they were actually thick envelopes of money. The secretary asked Park Gwon-soo if he planned to attend the funeral of Choi Yoo-jin's aunt. Park Gwon-soo remarked that he couldn't miss such a lively event. Meanwhile, Secretary Kim was doing makeup for Choi Yoo-jin, who was preparing to attend her aunt's funeral, and Choi Yoo-jin felt emotional when talking about her aunt, with whom she felt a shared bond of suffering. Ji-ha was also taken by the director to attend the funeral, but was informed at the entrance that only those with an invitation could bring a driver and one companion. The director had Ji-ha and another bodyguard go in to protect the lady and the assemblyman. Before entering the morning meeting, Ji-ha placed an Italian-made listening device pen in the lady's bag, instructing her to inform him if she felt in danger. The lady and assemblyman Jang attended a morning meeting, where they heard the aunt's will, which stated that her JB Group shares would be donated to the Pyeongchang Foundation. However, this was strongly opposed by her uncle and stepmother, who offered to buy all of Choi Yoo-jin's shares at 3 times the price and remove her from her position at the Pyeongchang Foundation. Shockingly, her own husband agreed to this. Choi Yoo-jin realized it was a scam by her husband, uncle, and stepmother to strip her of her financial and authoritative power. Feeling dangerous, she pressed the pen but, in her agitation, accidentally gave it to her brother, who turned off the listening device. Just when Choi Yoo-jin was in despair, Ji-ha appeared, took down the bodyguards outside, and activated the fire alarm system to safely escort the lady back to JSS. Her view of Ji-ha completely changed. She realized that Ji-ha was not a tame hound but someone who could understand her thoughts and act without her direct orders. She began to value Ji-ha more. After completing his mission, Ji-ha also helped Song Young-chun and the head of the medical office to foster their romance before returning to his position. Remembering how Anna wanted to eat ramen but couldn't light the stove, he went downstairs to open the valve and boiled a pot of water for Anna. At night, after her bath, Anna came downstairs and was delighted to see the boiling water. She put the ramen in the pot to cook. Suddenly, remembering she was under surveillance, she covered the nearest camera with a cloth. An anxious Ji-ha, watching from another camera, was touched by Anna's happiness. Though they had never met, they shared a moment of joy. Watching Anna return to her room after eating, Ji-ha decided to step out for a smoke and unexpectedly ran into Mi-ran outside. Mi-ran shared snippets about Anna, revealing that Anna always wanted to escape to find her father. But in reality, Anna's father was a very cold person who never visited her. Ji-ha was somewhat moved by the story when he suddenly received a call from the director, instructing him to go to GSS's Cloud 9. Arriving at GSS, Ji-ha entered the elevator, swiped his card, and found the elevator descending. Upon reaching Cloud 9, the scene before him left him astonished. It was a long corridor leading to a glass door, which he accessed by entering his fingerprint and verifying his eye identity to finally get inside. He found Choi Yoo-jin discussing with Chief Ju and Secretary Kim on how to deal with the traitors within the Foundation. After the discussion, Ji-ha entered the meeting room and discovered it was completely soundproof, a creation commissioned by the lady herself at great expense. Choi Yoo-jin introduced him to the entire system's operation. Cloud 9 serves as the brain behind GSS's operations, gathering all intelligence and making analytical judgments. The room's mirrors are part of a more intelligent and high-tech software capable of analyzing data and making inferences, but they only respond to Choi Yoo-jin. Choi Yoo-jin wanted to know about Ji-ha's past, especially his time in Iraq. Initially reluctant, Ji-ha opened up after hearing Choi Yoo-jin's plans to ambush Park Gwon-soo and her willingness to share the information with him. He revealed that in Iraq, he had a lover named Rania, a girl from the slums whom Ji Ha rescued and introduced to a translating job because she spoke Korean. Tragically, this became the cause of Rainia's death. One day, while translating for Park Gwon-soo and a leader named Kumar in a tent, Rainia was killed for overhearing secrets. Hearing gunshots and Rainia's screams, Ji Ha rushed to her side and cried bitterly over her body, only to be knocked unconscious. When he woke up, he found a gun in his hand and, despite regaining consciousness, could not escape the grief of losing Rainia. He was framed for her murder and detained in the Blackstone camp. After some time, he escaped to Europe. Hearing his story, Choi Yujin decided to help Ji Ha. She instructed the mirror to analyze and deduce information for Ji Ha and offered him a job at Cloud9. Ji Ha stated he wouldn't be her slave but could be her friend. On the other side, Anna, who was under surveillance, was watching TV in her room when she learned that her father would be attending an event. Missing her father, she decided to escape. She secretly added a sedative to Lan Hua's cup when she wasn't looking, sneaked into Lan Hua's room to disguise herself as her, and then stealthily slipped away. The freed Anna was very happy. She went to the home she once shared with her parents, remembered the moments with her mother, and became emotional, shedding tears. Wandering, she reached the photography shop near her house and saw a photo of her and her mother in the window display. Curious, she entered the shop, and to her surprise, the shop owner still remembered her and her mother. The owner told her that the photo was taken when Anna was supposed to get pictures for a US visa. The picture actually included another person, Anna's aunt. The shop owner also mentioned that the aunt was now living in a nursing home in a pitiable condition. Anna found her aunt, who had become senile. She heard her aunt mumbling her mother's name and saying to hurry and take her to the US, as Choi Yujin was going to kill them. Anna was shocked, and then she heard Chief Ju's voice through the earpiece. It turned out Ji Ha had discovered her escape and had come to the nursing home with Chief Ju. Anna disguised herself as a nun to evade their pursuit. On the other side, Choi Yujin and Assemblyman Jang attended the founding event. Unexpectedly, Anna also appeared at the headquarters, disguised as a nun singing, casting longing glances at her father, and shedding tears of longing. Fortunately, she did not do anything outrageous that would expose her father's schemes. Ji Ha, searching for Anna among the nuns, found that she had already left, leaving behind a note for her father, telling him she was waiting at the old place. An infuriated Choi Yujin berated Jang Se-jun, saying that she might have despised him less if he had walked out the door 14 years ago. It turns out, 14 years earlier, Choi Yujin was making breakfast for Jang Se-jun when he learned of Anna's mother, the death of Anna's mother, and in his grief wanted to leave, but Choi Yujin threatened him never to come back if he walked out that door. Choi Yujin is now disheartened by Jang Se-jun's cold pursuit of power. Chief Ju found Anna online. She was at a park in Seoul, actually an amusement park where she had spent happy times with her parents as a child. She closed her eyes, praying for her father to appear with ice cream like he did, but Ji Ha showed up instead. Ji Ha brought her strawberry ice cream, lying that it was from her father and saying that her father was actually very worried about her. Anna believed him and ate the ice cream despite her severe allergy to strawberries. As Anna shared memories of her father and herself, she began to wheeze severely and soon fainted, struggling to breathe. Ji Ha called Captain Zhu for an ambulance and repeatedly performed artificial respiration on her. After several attempts, Anna opened her eyes. In a panic, Ji Ha repeatedly performed artificial respiration on Anna, who woke up briefly only to faint again, leaving Ji Ha distraught. On the way to the scene, Chief Ju received a call from Chief Ju, informing him that Anna could not be taken to the hospital and that the ambulance had been cancelled. Instead, Chief Ju was instructed to bring Anna to the GSS medical office for treatment. Chief Ju, along with the driver, rushed to the park, and a frantic Ji Ha carried Anna to the car, driving swiftly and safely to the medical office. Waiting anxiously at the door, Ji Ha recalled the happy look on Anna's face when she believed the ice cream was from her father. Filled with regret, enraged, Ji Ha stormed into Chief Ju's office, demanding to know why an ambulance wasn't dispatched. Chief Ju urged him to calm down and explained that Anna's situation was indeed dire. If Ji Ha truly cared for Anna, he should use his own strength to protect her. In her coma, Anna dreamt again of the terrifying moment of her mother's death, waking up when she felt someone covering her mouth. Upon awakening, Anna remembered His efforts to save her by performing artificial respiration and exchanged glances with Ji Ha, who was waiting outside the door. Ji-ha learned from Song Young-chun that Anna's mother had married an American while pregnant with Anna, which is why Anna has the surname Gao. However, for reasons unknown, a few years later, Anna's mother reappeared in front of Choi Yoo-jin and Jang Se-jun, who were already married. On another front, Choi Yoo-jin used the information she had to capture Park Kwon-soo's confidant, turning him into a supporter to help Jang Se-jun rise to power. She also revealed her desire to join the party. Choi Yoo-jin, feeling satisfied with the resolution of events, was happy, while Park Kwon-soo, learning of this development, planned to take action against Jang Se-jun. Jang Se-jun, preparing his speech backstage, was smitten by the makeup artist working on him. Returning to the JSS headquarters, Choi Yoo-jin decided to visit Anna, who was staying in the medical office. She asked everyone to leave so she could talk to Anna alone. Anna firmly accused Choi Yoo-jin of being her mother's murderer, but Choi Yoo-jin countered, questioning why she would spare the aunt who worked as a nanny in her house if she were guilty. Choi Yoo-jin also insinuated that Anna's father was a man willing to sacrifice everything for power and ambition, advising her not to wait foolishly for him. She suggested that Anna's father prioritized power and position over everything else, including his daughter. Choi Yoo-jin revealed that Anna's mother had used her as leverage against her father right before an important election. As Anna was about to break down, Ji-ha entered the room, interrupting Choi Yoo-jin's conversation with Anna. Distressed, Anna started crying again. Ji-ha comforted her, promising to ask her father to come and see her. Ji-ha arrived at the scene of the speech, noticing something off about a person sitting in the front row. He informed the other bodyguards through his earpiece. Just as the suspect was about to act, the other bodyguards, following Captain Zhu's orders, hesitated to make a move. Ji-ha took it upon himself to tackle the suspicious individual, removing his hat only to discover it was K1. It turned out to be a staged event arranged by Jang Se-jun to create a sensation and craft a grand political image for himself, which was very successful. However, Park Kwon-soo's conspiracy was just beginning to unfold when everyone caught off guard. The bodyguard outside the dressing room and the makeup artist inside were in cahoots, with the makeup artist receiving a syringe from the bodyguard outside, a scene witnessed by Ji-ha. Ji-ha took down both individuals, rescued Jang Se-jun from the dressing room, and informed him that fake police officers would come to arrest him, urging Jang Se-jun to flee with him. They ultimately escaped in a car, avoiding Park Kwon-soo's ambush. In the car, Ji-ha told Jang Se-jun that he would take him to see Anna. Jang Se-jun, furious, questioned Ji-ha's awareness of his actions. Ji-ha explained that Anna ate the strawberry ice cream not only because she believed it was from her father but also wished to die and not be a burden to him. Hearing this, Jang Se-jun was deeply contemplative. Soon arriving at JSS's entrance, Jang Se-jun confessed to Ji-ha that his avoidance of Anna was not due to a lack of love or desire to see her, but because Anna was a hostage. Only by gaining significant power could he possibly rescue Anna from the dreadful Choi Yoo-jin. He asked Ji-ha to promise to protect Anna under any circumstances before he would meet her. Ji-ha agreed to his request. Inside Cloud 9, Choi Yoo-jin learned that Jang Se-jun was coming to see Anna and had the mirror activate the surveillance in the medical office. Upon seeing Anna, Jang Se-jun initially pretended to care for her in a rather insincere manner, feigning ignorance of Anna's allergy to strawberries, further disheartening Choi Yoo-jin. He asked everyone to leave so he could talk to Anna alone. Anna was thrilled to see her father, shedding tears of excitement. She told her father about her memories, claiming her mother was killed by Choi Yoo-jin and questioning if her mother had ever used her as a threat against him. Although Jang Se-jun was pained internally, he scolded Anna, telling her not to ask about the past anymore as it could hinder his future. If Anna continued this way, he would no longer visit her. A saddened Anna turned away, refusing to look at Jang Se-jun. Choi Yoo-jin, watching this scene from the conference room, felt disheartened, wondering how she could have fallen for such a man. Anna cried bitterly in her room, while Choi Yoo-jin laughed hysterically in the conference room, tears eventually streaming down her face. After her father left, a heartbroken Anna sat alone in her room. The next morning, Ji-ha told the housekeeper and Miran to go back first, saying he would take Anna home in the afternoon. After they left, Ji-ha told Anna to let him know if she needed anything. Anna asked Ji-ha why he brought her father to see her, why he cooked ramen for her, and gave her ice cream. Ji-ha said he didn't want to see her die. He wanted Anna to know that everything done was to protect her, hoping she would be strong. Anna, unlistening, vented her frustration on Ji-ha. Jae-ha expressed that had he known Anna would react this way, he wouldn't have agreed to Jang Se-jun's request. Curious about the request, Anna asked Jae-ha about it on their way home. Jae-ha told her he had promised Jang Se-jun to keep her safe and that he would leave if she ever said she didn't need him. Until then, he would protect her from everyone, including Choi Yoo-jin. He also told Anna not to wallow in self-pity, explaining her father was actually living a hard life, striving to win power from Choi Yoo-jin. This moved Anna greatly. On another front, Jang Se-jun, who proposed anti-corruption policies at the speech event, won unanimous approval from the public. The higher UPS began to act, searching the offices and homes of party members. The company of Choi Yoo-jin's stepmother and nephew was not spared, with the police taking away many of their documents. Colleagues supporting Park Kwon-soo were also affected, prompting Park Kwon-soo to angrily plan a major action to devise a scheme to strike at Jang Se-jun within 2 or 3 days. The police also visited Choi Yoo-jin's home, where she showcased her virtuous wife and mother persona, serving sandwiches and proactively organizing the documents in her mansion for them. She told the police not to show leniency towards her maternal family, adopting whatever attitude the higher UPS had towards the investigation. Anna's photo was uploaded to a website by netizens and discovered by a journalist, who then reported it using the collected images. As Jae-ha and Anna were on their way home, a delivery guy saw them. The guy realized that Anna was the angel from Barcelona and hurriedly took out his phone to take a photo. Jae-ha saw this but did not stop him. Instead, he instructed the guy to post Anna's address and photo online and gather people within an hour. Then, teaching Anna to play the freeze and unfreeze game on their way home, their relationship gradually warmed up. Jae-ha intended to expose Anna to the public eye to seize the opportunity to counteract Choi Yoo-jin and change her current difficult situation. Choi Yoo-jin, furious upon hearing this, ordered Chief Ju to head to the scene with a strike team, ready to shoot Anna if she revealed any secrets. And she also rushed over with Secretary Kim. Jae-ha knocked down all team members before the strike team could shoot, leaving only the team captain, with whom Jae-ha struggled, buying time for Anna. Encouraged by the housekeeper and Jae-ha, Anna stepped out the door and introduced herself to the people waiting outside, stating she was the daughter of the late movie star. Anna's mother had lived abroad, but was of Korean nationality. When asked about her father, Choi Yoo-jin arrived just in time, anxiously watching Anna, fearing she would reveal Jang Se-jun as her father. However, Anna did not. She claimed her father was director Gao Jun-hee. Then, as more flashes hit Anna's face, she fainted from fear. After the incident, Choi Yoo-jin questioned Jae-ha on why he had done what he did. Jae-ha candidly replied that he didn't want the angel to die in front of everyone. Choi Yoo-jin then asked him if he no longer wanted to avenge Rania, mentioning she was about to pull a gun on Park Kwon-soo. Jae-ha remained silent. As night deepened and everyone dispersed, Anna, unable to sleep, climbed up to the rooftop to sit alone. Jae-ha, worried she might encounter danger, stayed by her side, watching over her and recalling the moments they had shared, a smile unwittingly forming on his lips. As Anna was about to return to her room, she nearly slipped, causing Jae-ha to rush out in a panic, only to comically fall himself. Anna, holding back laughter, asked him to stay and chat with her. Anna then spoke of the day her mother died. It turned out that Anna's mother, as usual, was drowning her sorrows at home because Jang Se-jun had not come to see her. Not wanting to see her mother drunk, Anna had given her a bottle of sleeping pills, hoping her mother would just sleep off the alcohol. However, that sleep turned out to be eternal. Anna cried bitterly, and Jae-ha, feeling compassion, held her tightly. Exhausted from crying, Anna fell asleep on Jae-ha's shoulder. Park Kwon-soo began to take notice of Jae-ha, starting from the incident at the revolving door. As his subordinates reported Jae-ha to be a particularly dangerous individual. One day, Park Kwon-soo summoned the chief of police, who brought Jae-ha's records. Park Kwon-soo saw that Jae-ha had been a mercenary, Iraq, and was associated with Blackstone, nodding thoughtfully upon learning this. Waking up in bed, Anna remembered all the things Jae-ha had done for her the day before, feeling inexplicably happy. This lifted her spirits, clearing away the darkness and gloom of the past. She took the initiative to join the housekeeper and Jae-for Miran for breakfast in the living room, even calling Miran's sister, which Miran found hard to accept at first. While everyone was sitting at the dining table, Anna apologized to Miran for her previous willfulness, promising to ensure her safe return from this place. However, K1 informed them that it was impossible for them to leave safely, or even to take a single step away. Everyone was puzzled until K1 Seung-gyu shared that the director had told him everyone close to Anna was considered expendable. If anything happened to Anna, everyone would have to die, which shocked everyone. Anna and Mi-ran went out intending to visit the JSS company's medical office to get medicine, and at the door, many of Anna's fans had gathered. Anna kindly took photos with them. Upon arriving at JSS, Anna encountered Song Young-chun, who invited her to attend a self-defense class. During the class, Anna met Choi Yoo-jin's brother, Choi Sung-won. Upon seeing Anna, Choi Sung-won hugged her tightly, calling her his niece. On another side, arriving at Cloud 9, Ji-ha and Choi Yoo-jin discussed how to bring down Park Gwon-soo. Choi Yoo-jin tasked Ji-ha with finding evidence of Park Gwon-soo's illicit transactions. Ji-ha was reluctant to get involved in such political games and sarcastically remarked that what Choi Yoo-jin had done to him in the past was no different from Park Gwon-soo's actions. However, Choi Yoo-jin told him that the best way to take down a politician was to ensure he could no longer be involved in politics, convincing Ji-ha. As they took the elevator to the JSS company lobby, they happened to see Choi Yoo-jin's brother, Choi Sung-won, and a group including Anna, making Choi Yoo-jin extremely anxious. Choi Sung-won teased his sister about revealing his niece's identity publicly, causing Choi Yoo-jin to panic and shout. Choi Sung-won clarified he was just joking and wanted to take Anna out for a meal. Anna agreed to go with him, and Ji-ha followed them. Choi Sung-won took Anna to a hospital where she met a doctor she hadn't seen since her childhood, who had been kind to her during a police interrogation. While Anna was alone with the doctor, Choi Sung-won invited Ji-ha to talk in a room. Choi Sung-won straightforwardly offered to pay Ji-ha the same amount as his sister to protect Anna and hinted that Anna would have made her choice by then. Realizing something was amiss, Ji-ha rushed out to look for Anna, only to find that she had been taken away by Choi Sung-won's people. Desperate and unable to find Anna, he informed Choi Yoo-jin, who was furious and ordered JSS personnel to check surveillance footage for Anna. They eventually identified a suspicious vehicle, and Ji-ha decided to go after it. Ji-ha found the vehicle, and Choi Sung-won told him that to save Anna, he must come alone, and he did as agreed. Upon arriving at the location where Anna was, Ji-ha rushed into the house looking for her, only to find Anna sitting on the sofa, unharmed, with the housekeeper, Mi-ran, and Seung-gyu present. He realized he had been deceived. He called Choi Yoo-jin to report that Anna had been found and handed the phone to Choi Sung-won. The two exchanged sarcastic remarks before hanging up. Anna and Ji-ha walked on the beach, talking about Choi Sung-won. Anna expressed that Choi Sung-won, like herself, despised Choi Yoo-jin, so she decided to stay by his side, believing he wouldn't harm her. Behind them, Mi-ran and Seung-gyu also sparked a romantic connection, and the four of them had a joyful time playing and frolicking on the beach. After dinner, Choi Sung-won asked Ji-ha what he thought about the proposal to stay by his side. Ji-ha said he would leave Choi Yoo-jin after everything was settled. Anna, having drunk too much red wine, had a flushed face, so Ji-ha brought an ice pack to help her cool down. He also gave her a walkie-talkie, telling her to use it to communicate if she was in danger. Anna was delighted, and they chatted for a while using the walkie-talkies until Ji-ha fell asleep. Unable to sleep, Anna left her room to look for Ji-ha and found him asleep in the living room without a blanket. As she covered him with a blanket, she noticed Ji-ha crying in his sleep. Ji-ha dreamt of Rania being killed again, but when he unwrapped the blood-stained headscarf to see Rania's face, he found it was Anna's. He woke up startled to see Anna sitting beside him and instinctively hugged her. After waking up, both felt quite embarrassed. After the hug, Ji-ha and Anna felt incredibly awkward. Anna explained she had only come out to cover him with a blanket and then hurried back to her room. Both were longing to see each other, but failed to do so, eventually bidding each other goodnight over the walkie-talkies. The next day, Anna asked Mi-ran to do her makeup, which turned out to be less than flattering. Anna, amused, went out to look for Ji-ha, only to be told by the housekeeper that Ji-ha had left early. It turns out Ji-ha had gone to plead with Choi Yoo-jin to spare Anna. Anna sent a selfie to Ji-ha and even called to confess her feelings, saying from now on, Ji-ha belonged to her. Ji-ha found Choi Yoo-jin on her way to an interview. Choi Yoo-jin asked when Anna planned to return, and Ji-ha told her Anna didn't plan on coming back. In the live studio, Ji-hyun gave Choi Yoo-jin a hard time, steering the conversation towards her relationship with Anna's mother. Choi Yoo-jin said Anna's mother was a former JB Group model and she was a staff member, They became good friends through work. She even helped connect Anna's mother with Anna's father, Gao Junhao, and clarified that the famous designer Lafit did not know Anna's mother. Unexpectedly, Yi Hayan invited Anna to the show. Anna's arrival made Choi Yujin very anxious. Anna told everyone that her mother and Lafit were old friends, and Lafit even sent a video to confirm this fact. The audience was astonished. Anna also said she would not accept Lafit's invitation to become his new muse, wanting to investigate the truth behind her mother's death. After the broadcast, Ji Ha followed Anna back to the dressing room, puzzled about why she did what she did. Anna told him she wanted to avenge her mother, and that Ji Ha would protect her when she was in danger. Ji Ha followed Anna to the studio, realizing from her mature demeanor that she was no longer a child. Meanwhile, the person Secretary Kim had sent to kill Anna had already silently arrived at the studio, taking out the guard at the door and heading straight for Anna. Ji Ha, seeing the numerous bodyguards, knew something was wrong. He told Anna to escape through the ventilation duct, but Anna refused, wanting to leave together. Ji Ha insisted that being together would only increase their danger, so he had Anna leave alone while he confronted the attackers. However, despite his ability to fight, Ji Ha, having inhaled a lot of toxic gas, also collapsed after taking down the last assailant. Anna returned, and they both fell unconscious, but fortunately, Miran arrived in time to save them. Realizing the place was no longer safe, they decided to return to Anna's original house. On another front, Jang Sejun, who was being investigated by the police and was due to go home, was framed by Park Kwon-soo, making it impossible for him to return home or participate in the presidential election. Park Kwon-soo was pressuring the police and also blocking Jang Sejun, an independent, from joining any party. Learning that her husband had been framed by Park Kwon-soo, Choi Yujin was frantic with worry and immediately returned to Cloud 9 to devise a plan. The consensus was to silently eliminate Park Kwon-soo that very night, a task that only Ji Ha could accomplish. Ji Ha, carrying Anna back to the house, noticed her fear and reluctance to move. He picked up a blanket from her and covered them both, guiding Anna step by step back to the villa. In the enclosed space, they developed feelings for each other and eventually kissed. After taking Anna back to her room, Ji Ha received a call from the lady and decided to go to Cloud 9 to negotiate terms with Choi Yujin. Anna begged him not to go, but he reassured her, saying he would return safely to her. Upon reaching Cloud 9, Ji Ha learned his mission was to kill Park Kwon-soo, but it was highly likely he wouldn't survive. Ji Ha agreed but set two conditions. First, to exchange Park Kwon-soo's head for Secretary Kim's, and second, for Choi Yujin to stop harassing Anna. Choi Yujin agreed. Before setting off, Ji Ha received a call from Anna, who told him she was craving fried rice cakes and wanted to eat them just with him. Ji Ha comforted her, promising he would return soon. Secretary Kim called the strike team leader, instructing him to kill Ji Ha regardless of whether the mission was successful or not. Chief Ju called the police chief to buy some insurance, and the chief was very pleased. Meanwhile, Ji Ha and the strike team, on their way to Park Kwon-soo's estate, encountered the fully armed Song Young-chun, who expressed his desire to contribute. Unable to dissuade him, they took him along in the car. The GSS strike team followed Park Kwon-soo's car but was spotted by Park Kwon-soo's informants, who reported back to him. Thinking he was clever, Park Kwon-soo did not return to his mansion but went to another secret residence, falling right into the trap set by Choi Yujin. Choi Yujin was very satisfied with the insurance chief Ju bought from the police chief. Park Kwon-soo, arriving at his secret location, did not recognize K2 and K1 disguised as police officers with heavy helmets. However, suspicious, he asked if they had eaten, and K1 inadvertently responded that they had eaten, blowing their cover. A fight was imminent, and in the chaos, Park Kwon-soo fled inside the house. Ji Ha and the strike team leader followed him inside, engaging in a battle. The strike team leader was hit by a bullet during the fight and urged Ji Ha to run for his life, but Ji Ha did not heed his advice. Seeing Park Kwon-soo about to escape, he asked the team leader to cover him as he pursued Park Kwon-soo into the room. Ji Ha, aiming to kill Park Kwon-soo, struggled with his inability to kill, suffering greatly and unable to fire the gun at Park Kwon-soo. Instead, he vented his frustration by shooting at the ceiling. Terrified, Park Kwon-soo knelt and begged for mercy. After a while, Park Kwon-soo offered to pay Ji Ha double the price to swear loyalty to him. Ji Ha told him to sit down and talk. Ji Ha then called the lady, who, knowing that Ji Ha was alone with Park Kwon-soo, realized Ji-ha couldn't bring himself to kill. Park Gwon-soo offered her a deal to spare his life, promising to release Jang Se-jun immediately and even invite him to join the party. Choi Yoo-jin was satisfied with the offer and instructed Ji-ha to give her the phone back, telling him to return safely. Park Gwon-soo indeed released Jang Se-jun as requested by Choi Yoo-jin and had the news of inviting Jang Se-jun to join the party published online. Park Gwon-soo opened his vault, gave the money to Ji-ha, and proposed a partnership. He mentioned having hired people from Blackstone as bodyguards before, which intrigued Ji-ha, who agreed to contact him if there was a chance to make money. Ji-ha then safely returned with the strike team. Inside Cloud9, Choi Yoo-jin warned Secretary Kim not to harm Ji-ha, to which Secretary Kim responded that she could do whatever Ji-ha did. Choi Yoo-jin told her that she wanted to do for Ji-ha what she would do for herself. On the other hand, after being released, Jang Se-jun, furious after hearing about Anna from President Choi, arranged to meet Choi Yoo-jin at home. Upon returning home, Jang Se-jun slapped Choi Yoo-jin across the face and warned her not to harm Anna. Choi Yoo-jin retorted, questioning if he no longer wished to be president. After a standoff, considering Jang Se-jun still had value to her, Choi Yoo-jin decided to set aside the issue for the time being and planned to find Ji-ha. Returning from Park Gwon-soo's place, Ji-ha hurried to Anna's house, where Anna, seeing Ji-ha return, excitedly rushed downstairs and hugged him. Ji-ha apologized for not bringing his wallet, so he couldn't buy the fried rice cake she craved. Ji-ha, Anna, and the JSS team went out for a meal together, enjoying a lively and happy time. Dressed up beautifully, Choi Yoo-jin saw Ji-ha and Anna happily dining inside the restaurant from outside. She bitterly told her driver to turn around and leave, instructing him to bring Ji-ha to Cloud9 the next day. After dinner, everyone returned to Anna's house and had to stay over because they had drunk alcohol and couldn't drive. Unable to sleep, Ji-ha went up to the rooftop, and Anna, also awake and worried Ji-ha might be hurt, took a medicine kit to apply medicine on him. After applying the medicine, they wrapped themselves in a blanket, went to the rooftop to watch the stars, and shared their deepest thoughts. Anna suggested eloping with him, to which Ji-ha agreed, proposing Spain as their destination, the place where they first met. Anna lay in his arms, and they spent a sweet night together. The next morning, Ji-ha went to Cloud9 and informed Choi Yoo-jin about his cooperation with Park Gwon-soo. Choi Yoo-jin was confident that Park Gwon-soo would contact him soon and was pleased that Park Gwon-soo had taken the bait. After Ji-ha left, Secretary Kim and Choi Yoo-jin started planning something that Ji-ha must not know about. Elsewhere, at Anna's house, President Choi Sung-won came to visit Anna and transferred the house to Anna's name. Anna asked Choi Sung-won if he knew where her mother's grave was. He said he did and invited her to a fashion show held that evening to commemorate her mother's passing. Park Gwon-soo held a welcome party for Jang Se-jun's induction into the party, where both acted harmoniously in front of the journalists, despite each harboring their own ulterior motives. On the other side, President Choi Sung-won took Anna to her mother's grave, where many media were waiting. Seeing her mother's grave, Anna was deeply saddened and told her mother not to wait for her father, as he would not come. Meanwhile, Choi Sung-won received a call from TV host Yang Ju, who informed him that many people were calling to report Choi Yoo-jin. President Choi Sung-won then took Anna to a prison where an individual, originally a thief planning to steal jewelry from Anna's mother's house on the night of the incident, was held. He told Anna that he saw another person breaking into Anna's mother's house that night, who was Choi Yoo-jin. Choi Yoo-jin, holding a syringe, killed Anna's mother. Anna was shocked upon hearing this and wanted to expose Choi Yoo-jin right away. However, Sung-won told her it was not yet time, suggesting they should wait until her father secures the presidency. He also advised Anna not to tell Ji-ha about this. Ji-ha, hearing from Song Young-chun, learned about the past involving Choi Yoo-jin and Choi Sung-won. Originally, Choi Yoo-jin chose her own love over obeying her father's arrangements. At that time, JB Group was facing a financial crisis, and it was Choi Sung-won who agreed to a marriage alliance proposed by their father, saving the company and becoming the president of JB Group. Ji-ha began to harbor suspicions about Choi Sung-won. Anna attended the fashion week held in memory of her mother, and due to her nerves, she sought more medicine from Choi Sung-won. However, Ji-ha, worried about her consuming too much, refused to let her take any. Despite this, Anna insisted on taking the medicine, wanting to show that she carries the same blood as her mother and can do just as well. Despite taking a lot of medicine, the spotlight overwhelmed her when she walked onto the stage. and Jae-ha quickly embraced her. Below the stage, President Choi Sung-won and his mother exchanged meaningful glances. The rumors spread by Choi Sung-won quickly circulated, claiming Anna was a child born from Choi Yoo-jin's affair and accusing Choi Yoo-jin of killing Anna's mother. This pushed Choi Yoo-jin into the spotlight for discussion and investigation. Choi Sung-won, with Anna, approached the chief of police, hoping to initiate an investigation against Choi Yoo-jin as a suspect in the murder of Anna's mother. The plan, orchestrated by Choi Sung-won, unfolded step by step, and the online sentiment against Choi Yoo-jin grew increasingly negative. While volunteering, Choi Yoo-jin was besieged by reporters and collapsed under the scrutiny, leading to her hospitalization. Choi Sung-won, upon hearing the news, laughed out loud, delighted with the turn of events. Song Young-chun visited Choi Yoo-jin in the hospital to persuade her to let go of Anna, revealing that they were uncle and niece. Choi Yoo-jin, infuriated by Song Young-chun's words, ordered him to be sent away. Meanwhile, Choi Sung-won's father-in-law and mother advised Jang Se-jun to abandon Choi Yoo-jin and join them in their plans, suggesting a collective effort for greater schemes. After comforting Anna, Jae-ha couldn't understand Choi Yoo-jin's actions and went to the hospital to ask her. Choi Yoo-jin told him that she did not kill Anna's mother nor had someone else do it. She knew who the real culprit was, but refused to disclose it, misleading Anna and Jang Se-jun to believe she was responsible for the death of Anna's mother was her way of keeping Jang Se-jun by her side. Jae-ha chose to believe her. The lady told Jae-ha that if he wanted to know more, he could ask the mirror in Cloud9, which had been set up with his voice recognition feature, making him the only person besides her who could use it. She then stated she would face the investigation openly. After Jae-ha left, Choi Yoo-jin summoned Jang Se-jun and, in front of many media outlets at the police station, announced that Anna was Jang Se-jun's biological daughter. She revealed the truth that Anna was indeed the biological daughter of Jang Se-jun and movie star Anna's mother, shocking not only the media but also Anna, Sung-won, and her rival, Park Gwon-soo. Watching on TV, Jang Se-jun stated he would hold a brief press conference to clarify things and ask the media to be patient. After pushing Choi Yoo-jin into the police station for questioning, he met Choi Sung-won and told him he had fallen into his sister's trap. The witness was Choi Yoo-jin's person. At the press conference, he shared the story of his encounter with Anna's mother, mentioning they had a relationship before he met Choi Yoo-jin. After he was imprisoned, Anna's mother left him, got married in the USA, making him feel abandoned. Later, he met his current wife, Choi Yoo-jin, who has been supporting him for many years. Jang Se-jun portrayed Choi Yoo-jin as the perfect wife in front of the media. Meanwhile, Choi Yoo-jin, facing the witness, was unexpectedly released without charges due to a turn in the witness's testimony, leaving the police station a free woman. Anna, who had been closely following the events on TV, was unaware of the truth until her uncle called her, informing her that the witness was fake. Upon returning to the hospital, Choi Yoo-jin met Choi Sung-won, who was waiting in the ward. Sung-won pleaded for her forgiveness for his mistakes. Choi Yoo-jin told him to go back and await his punishment, also instructing him to deal with Anna and those around her quickly and send Anna out of the country. After Sung-won left, Choi Yoo-jin remembered the day Anna's mother died and her failure to save her, breaking down in tears. Meanwhile, Anna, frustrated at being unable to reach her uncle, was comforted by Jae-ha when he returned home. They sat on the rooftop for a while and saw Jang Se-jun's car arriving. Jang Se-jun sought a private conversation with Anna, telling her that his previous words in the hospital and his statements at the press conference were lies. He claimed that only by becoming president could he ensure Anna's happiness. Anna told her father that he had already lost her. Everything seemed to return to normal, with Jae-ha continuing to look for vulnerabilities in Park Gwon-soo at Cloud9, and Choi Yoo-jin and Jang Se-jun attending various charity events together. One day, Anna visited her mother's grave again and coincidentally met Choi Yoo-jin there, who was paying respects to Anna's mother. Choi Yoo-jin told Anna that her mother's favorite flowers were chrysanthemums and lamented how wonderful it would have been if Anna were her biological daughter, suggesting that Anna could become the president's daughter and possibly take over JB Group if she stayed quiet. Anna refused. In frustration, Choi Yoo-jin revealed Jae-ha's true identity to Anna, explaining that their collaboration was motivated by Jae-ha's desire to avenge his deceased lover, Rainia. She warned that Jae-ha could not elope with her and that no one would stay by her side. Upon returning to Cloud9, Choi Yoo-jin discovered the information Jae-ha had uncovered. Ji-ha had unearthed the shocking secret involving numerous political figures and corporate groups, known as Khmer Gate. Ji-ha also informed Jang Sejun about this, intending to find evidence to support Jang Sejun's presidency, giving him a chance to break free from Choi Yoo-jin's control and be a good father. Ji-ha, without informing his wife, went to Park Gwon-soo to inquire about Khmer Gate and mentioned he knew about the surveillance of the president's son, Kim Suk-han. Park Gwon-soo, acting dignified, hurried to the hospital to find Kim Suk-han, warning him to safeguard the item well, or there would be trouble, and to be wary of Choi Yoo-jin. Ji-ha, who secretly followed Park Gwon-soo and saw his interaction with Kim Suk-han, decided to stay and continue his investigation, puzzled by what he witnessed. Chief Ju came with reinforcements, indicating that the lady was aware of his plan. Ji-ha's overt surveillance of Kim Suk-han made Kim Suk-han aware he was being followed, leading him to call Choi Sung-won, who was in a meeting with members of Khmer Gate, and did not answer. Realizing the follower was suspicious, Kim Suk-han rushed to his usual place of prayer, where he encountered Ji-ha. He ordered Ji-ha to be captured while he went to check the evidence, allowing Ji-ha to spot the location of the evidence. Meanwhile, at the meeting, the participants were deciding who the next president should be. Kim Suk-han, holding the memory card and approaching Ji-ha at the door, questioned his intentions. Ji-ha, with a smile, eyed the memory card in his hand. Sensing a trick, Kim Suk-han ran, with Ji-ha quickly overcoming two guards to pursue him. As more guards flooded in, Ji-ha was delayed, allowing Kim Suk-han to escape with the card. As Kim Suk-han tried to drive away, Park Gwon-soo's men chased him for the memory card, forcing him to flee again. Ji-ha, following closely, dealt with the pursuers. Cornered at a railing and nearly falling, Kim Suk-han jumped, with Ji-ha catching him just in time, securing the memory card before throwing him to a lower parking level and escaping in a passing truck. Attempting to flee, Ji-ha was shot in the abdomen. While conscious, he hid the memory card in a concealed spot and escaped in Chief Ju's car. As he gradually lost consciousness, unaware of being suspected of attacking President's son Dr. Kim Suk-han, the police pursued them. Chief Ju, following Choi Yoo-jin's orders, rushed to Cloud 9, calling for medical assistance from Director Lin. Ji-ha's condition was critical, and despite Director Lin's efforts, he remained in danger and unconscious, dreaming of sweet moments with Anna and their plans to elope abroad. Hindered by his injury, after extensive treatment, Ji-ha finally stabilized but remained unconscious. Choi Yoo-jin, while concerned for Ji-ha, was relieved that he had obtained the crucial memory card against Park Gwon-soo. She instructed Chief Ju to search for the memory card, but it was not found. After waking up, Kim Suk-han instructed his subordinates not to harm Ji-ha, acknowledging that Ji-ha had saved him. Park Gwon-soo, furious upon learning that the memory card was stolen, ordered the police chief to search Choi Yoo-jin's Cloud 9 under the guise of capturing criminals, but they found nothing and left GSS embarrassed. Meanwhile, Anna at home, anxious about Ji-ha's situation, prayed for him, learning from Miran that Ji-ha was at GSS. Desperate, Anna rushed to GSS to find Ji-ha but was barred from entering Cloud 9 as she was not a member. Confronted by guards and seeing Choi Yoo-jin, Anna pleaded with Choi Yoo-jin to let her see Ji-ha, even calling her mother as Choi mockingly suggested. Surprised by Anna's earnest plea, Choi Yoo-jin, nonetheless, took her to Cloud 9. There, Choi Yoo-jin told Anna that Ji-ha was no longer able to protect her. It was now Anna's turn to protect Ji-ha. The only thing Anna could do was to leave Ji-ha, ensuring his safety by distancing herself. Anna agreed, promising to leave after seeing him. Overwhelmed with emotion, Anna wept uncontrollably upon approaching Ji-ha, pleading with him not to die and confessing her love for him. Choi Yoo-jin, overhearing this from outside, was visibly shaken. Members of the Khmer Gate, as usual, gathered for a meeting, learning that Choi Yoo-jin possessed crucial evidence, and considered inviting her to join their ranks. Choi Seong-won, infuriated by this, sought collaboration with Park Gwon-soo. He bribed Director Kook to open the doors of Cloud 9 for them, aiming to capture Choi Yoo-jin, seize the memory card, and take control of Cloud 9. They arrived at GSS, where Director Kook awaited them, swiping his card to grant them access to Cloud 9. Inside Cloud 9, Ji-ha, having awakened, was informed by Director Lim that Anna had visited the day before. Upon Ji-ha's request, the mirror replayed Anna's distressing visit, leaving Ji-ha in tears. Choi Yoo-jin, elated to hear of Ji-ha's recovery, rushed to see him but paused upon seeing him watch the footage of Anna, recalling her past declaration that love cannot be shared. After a moment, She entered to inquire about the whereabouts of the memory card. Jae had clarified he secured the memory card not for her or as a defense, but as a second email intended to overthrow Park Gwon-soo and for his and Anna's sake. Disbelieving, Choi Yoo-jin questioned their friendship, to which Ji-ha responded that she merely saw him as a replacement for the young Jang Se-jun, desiring another slave, which he was not. Their argument was overshadowed by a seismic shift occurring outside Cloud 9. In Cloud 9, Ji-ha and Madam Choi Yoo-jin faced upheaval as Choi Seung-won infiltrated ASS with his men, led by Director Cook, confronting Ji-ha and Madam. Madam was infuriated by Director Cook's betrayal. Seated confidently, Seung-won ordered a bomb set for a 2-hour countdown, demanding the memory card and control over Cloud 9 from Choi Yoo-jin. Amidst their standoff, Park Gwon-soo video called, offering to stand down if the memory card was handed over. Jae has suggested revealing the card wasn't on them and staged a play in front of Soo-kwon to negotiate an exit to retrieve the card, which Soo-kwon agreed to. Before leaving, Madam disabled external communication, allowing only her and Jae had to hear each other. She agreed to Jae's request to bring Director Cook to the scene. Reflecting on Jae's kindness, Choi Yoo-jin felt an unusual affection towards him. Jae-ha and Soo-kwon's trusted aide headed to the parking lot where the memory card was hidden. Back in Cloud 9, the confrontation between Choi Seung-won and Choi Yoo-jin continued. She had the JSS elevators shut down, linking the scene to Secretary Kim's phone, prompting Kim to summon a heavy security presence at JSS. Facing her end, Choi Yoo-jin threatened Director Cook's grandson in America, leading Cook to take his own life to avoid his grandson's harm. Choi Yoo-jin then declared a 1 billion reward for anyone who could eliminate Choi Seung-won, leading to his immediate surrender amidst the armed guards. Meanwhile, at the hiding place of the memory card, Ji-ha managed to find the card but was knocked down by Park Gwon-soo's loyal guard. In a critical moment, Director Ju arrived and eliminated the guard. Park Gwon-soo, planning to get rid of Ji-ha, panicked upon hearing the situation. Ji-ha proposed a meeting at the small vault to hand over the memory card personally, and take some money as well. After obtaining the memory card, Ji-ha met with Seung-jun but hesitated to hand it over, doubting Seung-jun's ability to fulfill his duties as a father, deeming him a puppet. Nevertheless, Ji-ha eventually gave the memory card to Seung-jun and set out to eliminate Park Gwon-soo himself. Seung-jun, on his way to a press conference, decided to expose his dark past. Before doing so, he called Choi Yoo-jin to inform her he had the memory card. Choi Yoo-jin, indifferent to the public disclosure of the information, asked for a private meeting at her home. After the call, Seung-jun canceled the press meeting and reached out to Chairman Park, seeking a meeting with the members of the Kumul Gate. Park Gwon-soo, in a frenzy upon learning Seung-jun had obtained the memory card, had Anna, who was about to leave the country, kidnapped. He then video-called Seung-jun, demanding the memory card in exchange for his daughter. Seung-jun was frantic. Jae-ha, unable to reach Anna by phone and still recovering from his injuries, stormed Park Gwon-soo's secret cabin. After clearing the guards, he learned from one of them about Anna's kidnapping. He rushed to the location where Anna was held, single-handedly taking down the guards outside, only to find that Anna had been moved to the GSS company, where a bomb was set to explode in less than an hour. Jae-ha was distraught and screamed in despair. Inside GSS, Song Young-chun, along with others, managed to rescue the assault team leader and Anna. As the conflict escalated in the lobby between Kim's people and Choi Chin-won's men, Song Young-chun fled with Anna. Alone in the parking lot, Anna was suddenly grabbed. It was Song Young-chun. This simple action triggered a shocking realization for Anna. The man in the room on the day her mother died was none other than Song Young-chun. Park Gwon-soo's close associate informed Ji-ha that the bomb in Cloud 9 couldn't be stopped, and Anna had been captured inside the JSS headquarters. Ji-ha, enraged and injured, rushed to JSS to save her. Seung-jun, learning of Anna's capture, also hurried to JSS, where Choi Yoo-jin allowed him into Cloud 9. Choi Yoo-jin set the mirror to silent mode and explained to Seung-jun that she did not kill Anna's mother nor ordered her death. She had deceived Seung-jun for years because she wanted to prove to her father that her choice was right and that she was happy. But she was mistaken. Knowing the memory card was with Seung-jun, she used it to signal to the Kumul Gate members to make Park Gwon-soo's people withdraw. Under pressure, Park Gwon-soo told the Kumul Gate members that the bomb had not stopped and asked for 10 more minutes to destroy Cloud 9 entirely, ensuring he would be the only one with the evidence. He also ordered a disconnection of JSS company's communication signals and power. In the JSS lobby, Secretary Kim and her team cleared out most of Park Kwon-soo's close associates, but they were informed that Anna was still evading the remaining guards of Park Kwon-soo. Seung-jun and Choi Yoo-jin in Cloud9 also received this news, prompting Choi Yoo-jin to immediately send people to find Anna. Alone in the parking lot, Anna hid in the shadows, causing Park Kwon-soo's desperate associate to report her escape to an infuriated Park Kwon-soo, who insisted Anna must be found. Convinced Anna was still in the parking lot, his men searched thoroughly until one guard spotted Anna, but she managed to escape. Running away, Anna collided with Jae-ha, who, despite his injuries, shot the guard but then collapsed. Everyone rushed to the parking lot to rescue Jae-ha, and Anna was taken into Cloud9 by Secretary Kim. Choi Sung-won, sitting outside with a bomb and at a disadvantage, saw Anna, shot Secretary Kim in the leg, and took Anna hostage, demanding Choi Yoo-jin open the door. With no other choice, Choi Yoo-jin complied, and Choi Sung-won demanded a memory card from Seung-jun, threatening Anna's life. In his hesitation, Choi Sung-won shot Choi Yoo-jin in the abdomen. Shocked, Seung-jun handed over the memory card to Choi Sung-won, who then released Anna. In the medical room, Ji-ha, who had awakened, struggled to go to Cloud9 to save others, telling Chief Ju, who was with him, that the bomb in Cloud9 would not stop. Chief Ju relayed this to Choi Yoo-jin, but then, JSS's power and communication were cut off. Choi Sung-won desperately demanded Choi Yoo-jin to open the elevator so he could escape, which she scornfully refused. Choi Yoo-jin, losing a lot of blood, couldn't hold on much longer. Choi Sung-won searched for an exit while Seung-jun asked Anna to help press on the wound, and he also looked for an exit, with Anna reluctantly assisting. Choi Yoo-jin told Anna that she didn't kill her mother. It was her father who did, to protect himself. By the time Choi Yoo-jin arrived at the scene, it was too late. Yin Huri begged her for help, but Choi Yoo-jin didn't save her, leading her down a path similar to her father's devilish ways. Elsewhere, Ji-ha planned to use a rope to rescue people from Cloud9, instructing Song Young-chun and others to wait above while he went down to rescue. Seeing Ji-ha, Choi Sung-won used Anna as leverage to make Ji-ha let him escape first. During the scuffle, the memory card fell to the ground, and Ji-ha reluctantly let him go first. At the elevator, Choi Sung-won shot Ji-ha, then threw down the rope and hurriedly left the scene. Ji-ha had no choice but to get everyone into the elevator, instructing those above to shoot the rope and let the elevator fall, hoping to avoid the bomb's threat. However, Choi Yoo-jin refused to leave, telling Ji-ha to take Secretary Kim with him because she was tired and wanted to rest. Everyone had to leave. After the elevator doors closed, Seung-jun pushed them open, stepped out, and told Ji-ha to take good care of Anna. He planned to move the bomb inside Cloud9 to minimize the impact. Despite Anna's despair, Seung-jun still left. He carried the bomb into Cloud9, instructed Choi Yoo-jin to tell the mirror to close the doors, and decided to face the end together with Choi Yoo-jin. They embraced for a long time. When the bomb exploded, JSS shook several times. Those above Cloud9 continuously inquired about Jae-ha's safety. Anna reassured them that they were all safe and urged them to rescue them quickly. Seung-jun and Choi Yoo-jin both passed away, leaving their legacy. Choi Sung-won and Park Kwon-soo, thinking they could relax and triumph, were both eliminated. Anna eventually made the contents of the memory card public and stepped down from all the positions she inherited from Choi Yoo-jin. She and Ji-ha fled far away, living a sweet life together. The movie has now come to an end. Thank you all for your attention. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to watch even more great movies. Goodbye and see you again.